brother, what is he doing? Oh, look at the healing. 350k. Holy shit. Are you serious, Blizzard? Hi guys, it's Kusi. Welcome back to the third episode of putting the D into a discipline.
Naughty, naughty.
In this Zero to Hero, NA really seems to enjoy my name edition. In the last episode, we finished up our first week of Mythic Plus and opened our first vault that didn't provide a banger at all, but still a decent upgrade. Shortly after that episode launched, I also figured out that we got a certified blue post-approved date of the season ending in less than 2 weeks, or pretty much 1 week when this video comes out. And so in this episode, we start to do the proper grind towards gear. We need to do keys, all of them, multiple times. We need gear, score and mats to upgrade items, as well as our first crafted choice, so we got no time to lose by all means. But don't you worry, NA doesn't know that I'm in a hurry, so the goofing remains as we will witness confusing things, as well as sad runs and just straight up hilarious gameplay. And just to top it off, Lady Luck finger blasted me right back to reality, since not only is it difficult to get gear by doing dungeons, apparently even guaranteed gear is a bitch.
That sucks.
I'm telling you, a lot of things happen, as we also upgrade our gear levels while attempting our first +8 today. So if that sounds like an episode, you count the days till pre-patch so you can wet yourself in excitement, then make sure to hit the like button and consider subscribing, as my dad promised me he will come back when I can lend him some money. And without any further ado, make sure to grab your dad, a drink, get comfy and enjoy the third episode, the full-blown dungeon special. So as we ended with a little tease on what's to come in our first Qualified week, I will quickly catch you up to speed of what I've done so far, and then we will go over that cursed Ulda +5. Besides opening the vault, I did LFR. All of it. Did I win an item?
No.
Did I win a token?
No.
Did I gain some experience? But I did get some raid item currency coin thingies, which means I will certainly rewrite some mistakes from the past by purchasing a proper trinket. That even though it looks like a beacon or a ward, as it's called, it's actually a backpack that has enough room in it to carry every tank that runs into packs without any runic power. And yes, I specifically said runic power, apparently blood decays like to—
You need to relax.
Breathe, Kosi. So yeah, defensive trinket. 1 minute cooldown. Solid shield, we take it. And I got semi-peer pressured into playing Grief Torch and— yeah, okay, show the clip. It gives— oh, it doesn't give smite stat. I say semi-peer pressured because I hate Belorelos. It does good damage, but it has a range that's shorter than a hamster's wiener, so I'm not too keen on it. Yet, as we will find out, Grief Torch maybe was the right play in this dungeon. And you know, we start off big. Yet early on, this run went slightly different than your average Ulda, as our tank pulled an extra pack alongside the Berserker. Alright, I guess. Oh yeah, one thing to mention here is the affix. As I mentioned earlier, we got Fortified, and as an extra, we got Entangling. This effect will attempt to root you down in intervals, and you usually have to run outside the circle to take care of it. As a priest, however, we can choose a nice little skill called Phantasm, which makes our Fate a rooter spell. And with the low cooldown of Fate itself, this puppy is always up whenever Entangling tries to give you Swamp Ass. But to stay on brand, I didn't think of that till very late into the video.
You're joking.
Now for the dungeon, we took care of the Dwarven gang, and then even Bromag went quite solid, even though the damage was not strong within us. For this boss, the only nasty mechanic is his totem, so I tried to make sure to have double radiance as well as a Mindbender ready for that window. Mindbender also helps a lot as a totem needs to drop ASAP and a little damage won't hurt. And even though trash is mostly quite simple to deal with, here's a little tip for those of you that want to attempt tanking till the war within drops. Those custodians are really nasty in general, but specifically on Fortified. They put a bleed on the tank that hurts more than hitting your big toe on the frame of the door.
Stop the cap.
So to avoid that, one simply builds aggro and then kites them. Doing this, you technically could pull all of them till the third boss without having to worry about taking too much damage. As a DPS, you can simply help your tank by slowing them or even using a stun. Be a good boy. Yet our tank wished he would have had that knowledge, as he just ate one bleed after the other, so don't mind us farming 6 deaths till Telandras. And now came the part where the key kinda fell apart. We wiped so many times more. Just very uncontrolled pulls happened, and even one that I didn't see coming to this extent. This big ass golem is one that you cannot LOS with those pillars, so I'ma have to heal through it. But the damage just is so wild. So we had to redo it, and I squeezed everything to out heal this dude's damage. For you DPS players, your healer will absolutely appreciate if you use death cooldowns and even prevent those Hail of Stone casts. Thank you.
Thank you.
You will see later how much healing is required to lift this shit in a higher run. And this run didn't end here. Besides not playing the pulls well to begin with, we overpulled so much that we were finished on trash before even entering the final area. And then we skipped nothing. Boy, was this run something special. At least Chad had a good time. So yeah, after 10-ish minutes overtime, we finally got it down, Thank the Lord for that.
God have mercy upon us.
And yeah, this was the route our tank took. Solid 114% trash counter. In fact, besides one pack, one solo mob and 6 whelplings, we pulled the entire damn dungeon. This was my first key of the week, by the way. Boy oh boy. So I wanted a change of pace, which prompted me to queue up for a Nokhud 3 run. Yeah, we didn't kill the ad on Granite in time. I wonder why. So Nokhud again, this time +4, and this went not bad. We wiped once cause someone pulled extra trash that I have never seen before. Come here, boy! And one time cause our tank flopped over, while no one was bothered to use CR. Yeah, 12 deaths, still 2 chests, was alright. Got a ring though, I take haste verse all day, baby. At this point I figured what my next move will be, but first let me introduce you to this German gentleman that claims he's half horse from the waist downwards. Do I really need to say this? Okay. Ohio Onichan, please consider subscribing to this channel as... Bro, what the hell is this crap? Look man, we are on the road to 10k subscribers on this channel in the year of 2024, so if you watch this far, consider smashing the like button, as kids say these days, and also power word tag the subscribe button, as this really helps this hopeless WoW enjoyer to reach heights to tell my mother I told you so. Also, if you manage to get to that goal by the end of the year, we will have a 24-hour stream alongside an unpixelated facecam and some kinky stuff. That's what I'm talking about! Thank you for giving me your trust. Now back to the video. As I was saying, my next move. I wanted to farm as many keys below the +6 bracket for Worm's Crest, as I wanted to upgrade all the bought items I currently have as high as I can, while also trying to play every dungeon once, so we increase our score to furthermore increase our chances of getting invited to keys. But before that, I had yet another 5-head, 200 IQ Giga play in mind. Considering I still got so many veteran items, I thought to myself, why not buy a few with awakened chests of light stones? Please don't be a weapon, please don't be a weapon, please don't be a... Bro, are you kidding me? After that really super effective way of turning flight stones into gold, we did Azure Vault +4, no item, Ruby Life Boost 4, no item, another Ulda 4, this time without deaths and still no item. And I quickly finished my weekly quest to obtain the necessary Drake's Crest to upgrade my new trinket, so I can stuff those Worm Crests into it as well. Item level at this point was 499, and with that we move over to the Brackenhide to continue the grind. But look man, I don't know what to tell you. It started off nice, no overpull, no deaths, but then our tank decided to not use any buttons anymore, and so he died. Again and again. And then this dude legit waited till I rest him just to instantly pop the Hearthstone. What an absolute wank. He didn't even wait to be healed full before he just ran face first into the pack again just to die. Legit every pull I had to give him either Pain Sub, the Ward Shield or both, so he won't drop that. If I found a difference in gamers so far, is that it seems like NA guys do not give the slightest shit, while a lot of Europeans grow up with a certain amount of fear to fail. Rough. And just to show you how a run could look if people would actually play with both hands, instead of checking their pulls downstairs just because Fanny went online, 3 chests, clean as hell. I even got this new fancy trinket from the lovely Shadow, which means I can get rid of Belorelos. Finally. The following footage was also once again recorded while live streaming, so if you didn't check out the Twitch yet, come by, say hi, and maybe you're in the video. At this point I tried to get into as many +7s as possible because at 7 and above, the highest possible farmable items can drop, which mostly means 20 item level increases all over the place. And even though I was slightly worried to go higher in difficulty, as some parts in here on Fortified are just very unpleasant, this party made me moist on so many levels.
What do you mean by that?
They interrupted almost every damn Tectonic Slam, which is the big AoE that happens on the beginning, and they also avoided so much damage taken. Beautiful! So it was my part now on the boss to keep everybody alive. And boy did they test me on the first overload. Yo, anyone kick that or no? And boy did the dragon test me. And boy did the server test me. I even thought I pulled the second dragon mini-boss, but that was actually our hunter friend here. Now, would I have pulled the dragon regardless if the hunter wasn't there? Sure. Will I judge the hunter in my head for that regardless? Absolutely. Yet all my judgmental thoughts went very quickly to the other hunter, the one that sacrificed everything, and he was absolutely willing to sacrifice me on the final trash blow on the boss. This dude hurts, man. But your boy pulled through. Speaking of pull, I probably pulled an ass muscle there when I tightened up like during prison shower time.
Yeah, boy.
Last boss, however, got played proper clean for the first time since I started to play on an A, and so we continue with an academy key on +6. Sadly only a 6, but I don't get any loot anyway, so who cares? Unlucky! This game hates me so much, man. If I don't get at least a tome in my vault, I'ma be so mad.
Okay.
Then we managed to sneak ourselves into a +7 Neltarus, which went really well. We pulled clean, prevented a lot of damage, killed the mammoth, tanked the seed, and then we...
Wait a minute!
Okay, let's do this again. Then we managed to sneak ourselves into a +7 Neltharus, which went very well. We pulled clean, prevented a lot of damage, killed the mammoth, tank didn't DC, your boy had to pump an unholy amount of healing during the BS boss, and yes, even though BS in this context stands for blacksmith, that's not what I meant. And because they were pumping so hard, this was fortunately another clean run for your boy. At this point, we were at a score of 1874, which ain't too bad if you ask me. Yet before we attempt our biggest key hit, we needed some upgrades. So we gotten all the materials needed in order to get ourselves the sexy new wrists that will enhance our entire party with some extra free verse, courtesy of your boy. We even had to roleplay for the shit, but rank 5 in the end, so RP pays off, kids. Now then, let's go into the big one, as the kids call it these days, +8 ulda. And as we all know, +8 means we will get the biggest possible loot track from the vault, being a myth item. Exactly what we need if we want to conquer +10 next week, so bear with me here ladies, as we need to focus up real good. As you can tell, this one started off really well, but being the seasoned Dragonflight veteran, I know what's coming and I'm horrified by it. I also really like this way of playing the dungeon, as we lasted on first pull and then went to the dwarves right away instead of walking back from Bromag. Speaking of Bromag, I came to dislike this boss as a healer.
Oh really?
All that I need to do is using cooldowns on the totem, preferably Mindbender and then one more just to make sure. But you totally rely on your party to take care of the adds, as we on the priest do not provide any help. And those guys pump, man. At this point I wonder how I got into this group if these people are so nutty. Yet Talondra's, even on fortified, is painful. The knockback hurts quite bad if you consider those guys seem to be giga geared, and when the bleed is on someone too, I need to make sure to put something like Paint Sub or the ward on them. Gonna be a fun thing trying to time this on the 10 next week with Tyrannical. Rough, rough, rough. Rough, rough, rough. And not only was it after Talondra's that this one super annoying pack will come around, we also did our casual case of the oopsie, because I trusted the tank at this point and didn't put any externals on him. So we flopped over. We recovered though, so let me give you the true stream experience of that nasty pack I was talking about. Oh, look at the healing! 350k! Holy shit! Look at the healing! What the fuck, man? I hate this pack so much! The healing required! Holy shit, dude! The tank healing himself for 300k and I have to do 300k. Holy! At least this one will be a lot easier next week. Probably will make up for the boss struggles, surely. But you know what we didn't have this run yet? Me being stupid. Alright, glad we could check that one off the list too. And so we walk up to the last boss of the dungeon, which is also super rough to play. I figured that my fate also cleanses the debuff here, but the spell pattern of the boss is so annoying. What also doesn't help, that there's usually 1 or 2 people that are out of range to get hit by my radiance. But it actually gets a bit easier if there's one less target around. I was very happy that this party was pumping as much as it did, as otherwise this may or may not would have been very painful. And with another +50 to our name, we almost knock on KSM, got our first mid item secured and kinda redeemed ourselves for that one ulda run of pain. But don't be mistaken, I'm absolutely aware that this party was above average. Yet with all those upgrades from the quest, as well as our first crafted item, we sit on an item level of 503, which is completely on track for my goal of 510 before going into 10s. With that being said, thank you for watching, and I hope you have the most fantastic day whenever you see this. Until I catch you in the next one. Peace.